It is Super Bowl week. The NFL season is coming to a close. Are you sad? Are you depressed?
I'm only depressed because this time of year, and look, I'm a baseball guy. I love baseball, but sports start to go downhill with no college football, no NFL football. It's a little dry from time to time. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I mean, NBA closes out, which we don't really, you know,
NBA stinks.
you could say that, but NBA closes out in what, April, June?
June.
So, which something big happened in the NBA last night. And you don't like it. A lot of older people don't like it. And no, I'm not calling you old, but a lot of young people think it's the greatest thing of all time.
Right, that LeBron broke the scoring record.
LeBron breaks Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring record with 38,390 points
Why wouldn't I like that? Congrats to LeBron.
because now everyone's calling him the greatest of all time.
Well, no, not everyone is because this guy isn't.
Most people my age
Well,
believe.
look. Let's clarify. LeBron is on the Mount Rushmore of basketball, right? He is a top three player of all time. He's not the GOAT. He will never be the GOAT. That is chiseled in stone, for one, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And I don't care that LeBron has the scoring record now. He's not the GOAT. And so, but I understand why people your age would say he is because you never saw Jordan play. But Jordan retired in what? 2002? 2003? That's 20 years ago. You never saw the guy play. Same with me. It's hard when people say, "Oh, Bill Russell's the best basketball player of all time. Kareem's the best basketball player. Wilt Chamberlain's the best basketball player." Maybe. I never saw those guys play. I saw Kareem play at the very tail end of his career in the 80s. I was a kid. I was, I don't know, 10, 11, 12. So it never resonated with me how good a player he was. So it's really hard to compare generation to generation when you don't see other guys play. But I'm telling you, I grew up watching Jordan. I've seen LeBron play since he was in high school. LeBron ain't the GOAT, man. It's Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is an assassin. 6-0 in NBA Finals. Didn't go out and try and create super teams like LeBron always does. 9-time defensive player, all defensive player, so he played both ends of the court, scoring titles all over the place. Uh, the guy was relentless. LeBron is a whiny, bad word. I'm not gonna say it. He just things don't go his way. He whines. You know what Jordan would have done? He had laced his shoes up tighter, dug his heels in, and gone at you, man. And he'd have made you pay. LeBron whines and cries and lays on the court and pouts. And when his super team that he's created falls apart, then he blames management and says that he doesn't have anybody around him to help him win games, even though he's the one that created the team. Again, I love LeBron. He's a great player. Probably, definitely top three player of all time. Probably my number two player of all time. He ain't the GOAT, and he'll never be the GOAT. There's my rant.
Okay, so I'm gonna read off some statistics. Okay, so like I already said, LeBron is the leading scorer of all time, and he is beating out Jordan by about 6,000 points.
And Jordan retired for two different times for 4 years and missed. LeBron would have caught him in points, but Jordan was should probably be number one or two all time right now. But he retired in the prime of his career to go play baseball one time, and then he retired for 3 other years, and then came back. So he lost 4 years out of his prime. Continue.
LeBron James has 53,000 minutes, almost 54,000. Michael Jordan has 40,000. So there's a 14,000 minute difference there,
That's my point.
and he has six. He only has 6,000
That's my
more
point.
points. Uh, LeBron has 4 NBA championships, 4 NBA Finals champion.
How many times has he been there? 10? 9?
Probably
10?
7, I think.
With his
Super team.
super teams that he's created, yeah.
So really, LeBron played longer than Jordan. I think if Jordan played as long as LeBron, Jordan would own that record. Over Kareem, over LeBron, and right now what LeBron would be doing is trying to chase the
Look,
record from
again,
MJ.
I'm not going to disparage LeBron. LeBron is an absolute physical specimen. He's a freak. He's a tremendous basketball player all around. I mean, in his career, he's averaging, close to 30 points, 7, 8 rebounds, 7, 8 assists. He's a great, great, great player, but don't tell me he's the GOAT. He's not. He's not. He's not. And we haven't done this in a while. I'm going to zip it. Anyone who thinks he's the GOAT, zip it. So all of your little classmates who run around with LeBron jerseys and say LeBron's the greatest basketball player ever, they can zip it. It's not true. We can sit here for hours and debate this. It's not. No. No. No.
Do you know what else might not be true? Is LeBron really gonna play with Bronny?
Oh, I bet he will. I think Bronny can go. He's got a couple more years, 2 or 3 years till he can play in the NBA.
What is LeBron gonna do now? He's just gonna sit back and wait for Bronny to come to the NBA, but what's he gonna try to do? Build another super team? The Lakers aren't getting into the playoffs. They are not good.
I bet they make a trade and they get into the playoffs, but they're not winning it. He'll do what he always does. He'll either find a way out of LA to another team where, again, he can create a super team for a 1 or 2 year period to try and make another run at a title. Or we'll get to hear him whine for the next 2 to 3 years about how he has no help around him. And this is how LeBron is not the GOAT. That game last night, he broke the record in the late in the third quarter, early fourth quarter. I can't remember. I was watching it.
Late in the fourth quarter, or the third quarter.
Okay, so it was late in the third. And then he celebrated for 10, 15 minutes. Like, great, that good for him. He deserved a celebration. But at the end of that game, his team was fighting for their playoff lives. They were down by 4 points with a minute to go. You know where LeBron was? LeBron has his ass sitting on the bench in all his glory because he broke the scoring record instead of being out on the court trying to help his team win, which he probably could have done. Sitting on the bench, down by 4 points with a minute to go. You never would have seen Jordan do that. Jordan would be out there competing and willing his team to win. That's the difference between LeBron and Jordan.
They lost that game, by the way, by 3 points.
Yeah, because he was on the bench.
Yeah. LeBron.
Would you like to continue?
Congratulations, LeBron. And also,
congratulations, LeBron.
Congratulations to Tom Brady for maybe retiring again. Tom Brady announced his retirement, I don't know what, last Wednesday, so last week from now, I believe. And the whole sports world freaks out, of course, like they did last year. But is he really retired? Because if he's really retired, we've seen an end of an era. Big Ben, Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, all those guys.
I'm not sold that he's retired. I know he says it's final this time. But now the news comes out that he's not going to do announcing until 2024. To me, that just leaves the door wide open for the highest bidder to come get Tom Brady for one more year so he can make one more run at a Super Bowl. I don't know who that team is, but I think that option's still out there. I will not believe he's retired until opening day and he's not on the football field.
I would honestly be surprised. I would be surprised if he wasn't retired, but I would also be surprised if he was retired. Because I feel like he has one more run in him.
So basically, you're just surprised.
I'm just surprised in general. And again, we've seen an end of an era, it seems, if he actually does retire. Which On to
Could you hedge your bets on that statement anymore?
no.
I'll be surprised if he retires. I'll be surprised if he's not retired. That's hard hitting analysis right there.
I know.
That's why people come to this podcast.
Exactly.
Right there.
So now on to the next generation, I guess.
Well, hold on. Speaking of goats, is Brady the goat?
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably is.
Well, who else can you say?
I don't know. That's a tough debate.
Rihanna thinks that Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT.
Right now, no. I mean, ask me in 10 years, maybe. As of right now, I don't know how you can debate Tom Brady's the GOAT. I mean, the longevity, the Super Bowls, the numbers he's put up. It's amazing. It also makes you think, what if Drew Bledsoe never got hurt? Because Tom Brady was the backup.
Yeah.
Tom Brady really, he wasn't like a high recruit.
He was
or
a
high
draft pick.
Yeah, his 5th or 6th round draft pick. People didn't have a lot of, I don't say, hope for him in the NFL, but he wasn't, like supposed to be the savior for a team. He came in, he was a backup. If Drew Bledsoe never gets hurt, maybe Tom Brady gets released, and maybe Tom Brady never becomes a starting quarterback. It's just amazing how those things happen. And when he got that chance, he took advantage of it.
You know what? Rocky, Tom Brady, careers 1 million shot. 1 in a million.
I mean, look, if we're talking GOATs, Rocky's top of the list.
On Sports Goats?
Yeah.
It's a movie.
He's a boxer.
In a movie.
He's an inspiration.
In a movie.
He's fantastic.
There's a script to that movie.
Well, people say there's a script
There's
to
a
the
script
NFL
to
and the NBA too, so throw out another argument.
I can't.
All right.
Let's go to actual NFL.
Well, before we do that.
How's Drew Timmy?
Gee, that's not where I was going, but he's fine. They're kind of in a lull right now. He's playing okay. The team in general is up and down. They're not going to make a deep run. May not see the Mustache Man in the NCAA tournament for very long with how they're playing. No, where I was going. Can we talk about the Pro Bowl for a minute?
Oh yeah, how'd you like the Pro Bowl?
I didn't really watch much of it except for the 10 minutes of flag football you made me watch. Holy horrible. Can we just end the Pro Bowl? Can we just name Pro Bowl teams and be done with it? That was a pathetic display of kick-tack-toe, of I don't even know what other events they did because I wasn't watching it. And the flag football was horrible.
Oh, they had a water balloon throwing contest.
Oh, didn't they have a long drive contest too? They had a water balloon. Oh, they had dodgeball.
Yeah.
They did not have a water balloon.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin made the greatest water balloon catch of all time.
Seriously.
Yeah.
This is awful. I can't believe you watched it. That's sad for you and your generation.
No, I just
did your friends
watch
it?
No, I just watched it on.
Were you on Instagram? Messaging back and forth of how great the Pro Bowl is.
No, I saw it on Instagram.
It's bad.
It was one clip of Terry McLaurin handing a water.
Can we just end the Pro Bowl? Shenanigans.
Can we just bring back the actual Pro Bowl with tackling?
No, that was bad. Too.
Okay, but like, what about in the Sean Taylor days? You ever see those clips?
Yeah,
those are amazing.
They're not ever going back to that. Yeah, when they actually played, yeah, Sean Taylor, I can't remember the quarterback he laid out. That was fantastic. You'll never see that again. But they need to get rid of these shenanigans. It's so stupid. I can't believe people watch it. Anyway, let's talk games.
Conference championships. We've got the NFC Conference Championship. 49ers, they died, literally, and the Eagles swept them.
Man, if you were in the stands, they might have asked you to play quarterback.
Honestly, so Brock Purdy gets hurt, and now he has to get surgery, I think on his elbow.
Yeah,
or his shoulder.
It was his elbow, and he couldn't even throw. They said.
And then Josh Johnson comes in,
concussion.
and he gets a concussion, and then Brock Purdy is forced to come back into the game,
Couldn't throw the
who
ball.
couldn't throw the ball at all. So he's just handing the ball off to Debo Samuel and to Christian McCaffrey. And of course, they can't get anything done. Honestly, I think with Christian McCaffrey at quarterback, it would have been better.
I had high hopes for that game, and then Purdy went out, and it got ugly real quick. So, um, I still don't know how good Philadelphia is. I know the score says they dominated that game, but again, San Francisco didn't have a quarterback, and I think they just packed it in at one point. Um, so yeah, that game was fairly bad, but the other game was fantastic.
Okay, but it's very controversial. We've got Bengals versus Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
That was a controversial.
The refs.
I mean, they sucked, but
The refs suck in every game, so
exactly. I mean, you can say the refs cheated Cincinnati out of that game. No, they didn't. The the late hit out of bounds that gave them 15 yards to put in field goal range. It was a late hit out of bounds. Now, did they make some other really, really, really bad calls in that game?
like giving uh the Chiefs
A
a
do
second, third
a
down.
do over?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen a do over, but that's the first time I've ever seen a do over.
Well, apparently they actually had a reason because the clock was wrong. A ref did actually run on the field. So honestly, I don't really see how that's
And at the end of the day, it didn't matter because they ended up punting anyway.
yeah. So it took like what 30 seconds off the clock, and
Right.
like
So
I
yes.
don't. I think it was like the second quarter too.
So yes, it was a horrible call. It didn't really impact the game because it didn't lead to points. The late hit out of bounds was a late hit out of bounds. Stupid play. Um, I think the guy even recognized it in the locker room afterwards. He said it was a bad play. So yes, the refs were bad. They need to do something about it. It didn't. King City didn't win because of the refs, though. They won because Mahomes is a freaking magician. What did I say when Cincinnati had the ball at the end? Don't give the guy time. What did they give him?
Time.
30 seconds?
Yeah.
And he drove him down the field and field goal to win it. The dude's a magician.
So
I'm excited for this game.
the game ended 23-20, and Mahomes on a hurt ankle wins the game. That just shows you how good he is. And also, Joe Burrow, can I say, did not play that well that game. He had 2 interceptions. Did not play that well. I think if he was smarter with the ball,
Smarter.
smarter with the ball, they would have probably won that game, but they just kept throwing it up to T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, and at one point it had to stop working, and it did.
Yeah, I mean, the Bengals had a great season. I mean, I said at the beginning of the year they weren't going to have a as good a season. They'd probably make the playoffs, but as a wild card, I was very surprised. And man, with him at quarterback, they're set for they're set for a while.
Yeah.
That's a young team. They still have some cap room. They're going to be good for a while if they do it right. All right, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Whew. We've got the Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's start off with, who do you want to win the Super Bowl? You've always got that person, that team that you want to win the Super Bowl. You've always got that person that you want to win the Super Bowl. Like, I want Patrick Mahomes to have another Super Bowl, or Travis Kelce. You've always got that guy. Who is your guy?
I legit don't care. I know what you're saying. Usually you lean one way or another for certain reasons. I legit don't care. I do love Travis Kelce though.
The Kelce brothers,
I love Travis Kelce.
they are amazing. Travis Kelce is a class act. I mean, they're both really cool dudes. And
No, I just honestly want a good game because I have no skin in the game. I don't care who wins. Um, I just want to see a competitive game.
it's called the Kelce Bowl for a reason.
Yeah, and I'm tired of hearing about it. It's a great story, but can we please talk about something else?
Okay, but like the odds of two brothers
No, it's
making it to the Super Bowl is like probably getting struck by lightning twice.
Well, I don't know about that.
Okay, They have to be super talented to be a starter on a team.
You're gonna see it more and more. I mean, the Diggs brothers.
Yeah, but the Cowboys aren't making the Super
I'm
Bowl.
just, it's possible.
I mean, it's possible.
There's other brothers in the league that can't think off the top of my head, but it's possible. It's a great story. First time it's ever happened. I'm just tired of hearing about it.
Are you tired of hearing about it?
I'm almost as tired of hearing about that that sentence didn't make sense as I am about LeBron being the GOAT.
And Tyreek Hill not being on the Chiefs anymore.
And Tyreek Hill not being on the Chiefs anymore. Which I forget every time I watch a game
Yeah,
until the
I
announcers
just
bring it up.
I always forget that Tyreek Hill is not on the Chiefs anymore.
Yeah.
It crosses my mind every time, the Chiefs are on the field. It's like, wow, Tyreek Hill doesn't play.
So I was in the car uh, when the Bengals Chiefs game started, and I was listening to it on the radio. And when I got home, I told you this. On the first Chiefs drive, the announcers mentioned 3 separate times how Tyreek Hill was not on the Chiefs anymore in the first drive. It drove me crazy. I'm like, guys, it's been the whole season. Can we stop
We're
talking
in the
about
conference championships. We're almost in the Super Bowl. How many times do you think they will show a graphic or mention, the Chiefs offense without Tyreek Hill in the Super Bowl? You want to make a bet? I'm going to say 3.
Over under 3.5?
I'm going to go under there. I'm going to say it's 3 on the dot.
I'm going over.
Over?
Over.
So you're saying every quarter they're going to mention Tyreek Hill once?
4 over 3.5, at least 4 times during the game.
That's a lot.
Not including pregame, because that'll be probably 20. Once the game starts until the game ends, those 4 quarters, a minimum 4 times. 4.
I disagree.
Tyreek Hill could have taken the top off. It's amazing what Travis Kelce's doing without the help of Tyreek Hill. Yeah, there's 2 right there. That's easy. Mahomes has had to change his game because he doesn't have the escape of
Tyreek Hill.
There's all kinds of ways they're gonna work it in. Minimum of 4.
So we got a little off track there, but that's what podcasts are for. Chiefs versus Eagles. Personally, I want the Chiefs to win. I love Patrick Mahomes. I love Travis Kelce. I love Tyreek Hill, even though he's not on the team. And I honestly, without bias, I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. Their defense is kind of lackluster, but it can compete against the best offenses. The question is, can they compete against Jalen Hurts?
I legit have no idea who's going to win. I have not placed my wager yet because I go back and forth on who's going to win. There are times I think the Eagles are overall the better team because I think you're right. The Chiefs defense struggles on occasion. I think the Eagles defense is much better. But offensively, I think these guys are evenly matched. Mahomes is just, again, he's a magician, man. Somehow he always pulls these out. And so, is Andy Reid going to beat his old team in the Philadelphia Eagles? Which, by the way, you're not hearing a whole lot about that. Andy Reid against the Eagles.
Well, Nick Sirianni also used to coach the Chiefs.
Or are the Eagles going to beat Andy Reid? I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards the Eagles. I think. Subject to change.
So if you were forced to make a bet this second, you would say Eagles.
Yeah.
Do you think this will be the greatest Super Bowl of all time? Possibly.
No.
No. These are the most explosive offenses, and the Eagles have the second best defense in the entire league.
See, now you got me thinking on to go back through the history of Super Bowls and try and remember, at least since I've been watching, what the greatest Super Bowl is. There have been some really good ones. No, I mean, I hope it is the greatest Super Bowl ever. That'd be fantastic. I'll sign up for that.
Well,
So you're picking the
I
Chiefs.
got the Chiefs. You got for now the Eagles.
Subject to change.
Subject to change. We might keep you posted. Might.
All right.
Well, we'll see you after the Super Bowl.
See you after the Super Bowl.
Let's hope it's a great game.
As great as Michael Jordan.